Hello and welcome to the Girl That Went For It podcast. I'm your host, Johanna Scholz, also known as Johanna Lian on Instagram, and author of Believe in Life, How to Dance in the Rain. If you want to live your dream life and become the best version of yourself, then this podcast is for you. I hope that I can inspire and encourage you to never give up and to always believe in yourself. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Johanna_Liana, for daily content. And now enjoy this episode. Welcome to my coffee talk. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about questions that you sent to me, or I'm going to answer one question that I got asked on Instagram. And I'm sitting here with my coffee and I'm going to have a chat with you like you're my best friend. And I want to do more of this kind of episodes, of these like kind of episodes. Oh, my English, sorry. And you can just ask me whatever you want to ask me, like just say me as your best friend and we catch up for coffee and talk about life. No judgment here. This is a safe place, as I always say. You can always ask me questions on Instagram. So yes, let's start this first coffee catch-up episode. Also in these episodes, I will only name your names if you want me to. I will ask for your permission first, so don't be scared to reach out to me and think I'm gonna share your name. If you don't want to, I won't do it. But yeah, let's start this episode. Today's question is from TP. I know TP in person, so thank you TP for asking this. She is a graphic designer and also running her own business, so we can relate to each other's schedule, I would say, or we can relate to running your own business. And her question was, let me get my journal. So this is what she sent me. You are the busiest person I know. I'd love to know how you prioritize your time and motivation. So let's talk about time management and motivation. I gotta say here that winter really got me. Like, it's dark early, and I would say the last 2 weeks I really felt so tired. I think also from coming back from Europe where it was summer and then coming back to winter, it was like a little bit of a shock to the system. But I gotta say that, yeah, the season got me. Like, I feel tired more often than in summer, but that's not an excuse. But I get it. It's so easy, especially when you work for yourself, to maybe hit the snooze button or to just stay in bed because it's nice and cozy and warm. But I want to share some tips that help me to get up and get shit done and stay focused, stay motivated, and to live your best life. Because truth is, if you stay in bed snuggled up, I mean, sometimes we all have those days, and I would lie if I say I don't have those days. And sometimes you just need a chill day. But if you have goals and you have like a motivation low, I want to share my tips with you because I've been there, done that, know that it happens and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me just quickly tell you a bit about my day or how my day looks like. Yeah, so here's what I do. I usually up at 6:30, so that's when my alarm goes off, and I really try to get up straight away because once you hit the snooze button, it's game over, because those 15 minutes or however long it is, 10 minutes that you snooze takes all your energy. Like, I feel way more tired if I hit the snooze button than getting up straight away. Sometimes I even wake up at like 6 because I have to pee. I'm one of these people. And how many times am I like wide awake at 6? And then I know it just doesn't make sense to me to try to get back to sleep because I know I'm going to be so much more tired if I go back to sleep. So anyway, let's say I get up at 6:30. I have a shower to wake me up, have a coffee and do my journaling. So that's my morning routine, non-negotiable. That's something I do every morning, and I need these like 10 minutes in the morning, coffee and journaling, to start my day right. And journaling is probably also one of the reasons that I'm so good in prioritizing my time and time management, because what I do in the morning, I write down my affirmations for the day, so the things that I want to attract into my life. And when I do that, when I write down my affirmations for the day, my intentions for the day, it helps me to look at the bigger picture. It helps me to think about how my future version will show up. What is she doing? What would she do today to get where she wants to be? I have this vision of my life, like of my business or what I'm doing at the moment, and I know where I want to take this or where I want to be in a year, in 2, in 5 years. And whenever I do my journaling and write down my intentions for the day and my affirmations for the day or for the whole week or for the whole month, I picture my future version. And I think of her as like she already achieved what I want to achieve. So I asked myself, what would she do today to make the best out of this day and to be motivated? Of course, you could just choose the easy option. You could choose to stay in bed and scroll on your phone. You can choose to get up, like maybe you start trying to get up earlier, but then you choose to hit the snooze button or you choose to scroll on your phone, which is so bad because it's like this outside information that you get straight away in the morning, and you want to really reconnect with yourself. Because if you start scrolling in the morning and see all these other people living their life, maybe living the dream that you have and living, the best life, and you watch this in the morning, and it can be quite unmotivating because you see other people succeed and there you are laying in bed scrolling on your phone. I'm not saying that scrolling on social media is bad. We all do it, but it's more about the fact, when are you doing it and how much are you doing it? If you do it more than spending time with yourself and your thoughts, I would really think about changing a few things, because otherwise you're always distracted. You always get information from the outside. You always get influenced. Your subconscious mind picks up so much you're not even aware of, and scrolling, your mind is listening all the time. So make sure you spend more time with your thoughts than you scroll on social media. So if you're one of those people who start their day with scrolling through social media, please don't feel attacked. But after every but, what's the saying? After every but follows, I don't know how you say it, but anyway, if you're one of these people who scroll through social media in the morning or scroll through their phones or read the news straight away, ask yourself if your future you would do the same, or the person that you want to be, the person that inspires you. Maybe there is someone on social media that inspires you. Ask yourself if that person does this in the morning. Does he or she get up and scroll through their phone? I bet the answer is no. So ask yourself, what would your future you do? She would get up, stick to her morning routine, and work towards her dreams. And it is so important that you know what you're working towards too, and know how your future looks like. So that's why I, for example, do my journaling in the morning, or do visualization or manifestation like so often, because it is like your roadmap. It is like a goal you work towards too. It is a roadmap, and you know that this life is possible for you when you do manifestation visualization. And your subconscious mind, the more you do it, the more you do manifestation and visualization, your subconscious mind will believe you, will soak this up, and will guide you towards your dream. I talk more about this and how your mind works in my group coaching, which I will be launching again, or launch round 2 in October. So if you want to learn more about how your subconscious mind works, how you can make sure that your affirmations work, how you can make sure that your visualization work, check out the link in the show notes and sign up on the link that I put in there. It's for the wait list, so you'll be the first to know when the course goes live. life. I'm gonna do it with a small group because I really like having just a small group and I can connect with you. And if this sounds like you, just drop your email in the wait list and you'll be the first to know when it's live. But let's get back to this here. Okay, tip number 2 to prioritize time and motivation is I know when I'm most productive, and for me it's in the mornings. So I know that my most productive time window is in the mornings. It used to be or is also at night, but that's now the time that I spent with my partner because he comes home from work and anyway, but when he's not there I probably do stuff at night too. But anyway, I know that my most productive time is in the morning, so I make sure that I get my things done in the morning. And then another tip is that you plan something during your day that makes you happy and brings you joy. That's tip number 3. So for example, I know that my most productive time is from 7, in the morning till, let's say, 12. That's like when I'm most productive. Then I have my lunch break, I have food and I'm tired after, but I know that that's like my most productive time. So I make sure I get things done during that time. And then I grab a coffee in the afternoon. That's something that makes me happy, brings me joy. I go for a walk and grab a coffee. And then after that, I am motivated again to sit back at my computer at my desk and do some more emails or whatever it is that I have to get done or want to get done. So one of the tips that I can give you, figure out when is your most productive time during the day. And number 3, do at least one thing during the day that makes you happy or brings you joy, because we cannot hustle. It doesn't work because in the end, we still have to look after us, and we can only be productive if we make sure that we are okay. And we can only be motivated if we make sure that we are okay and what's going on inside us is okay. So make sure that you make time for yourself and your thoughts and check in with yourself. Let's talk about tip number 4, and that is to listen to your body, which kind of fits to what I just said. Listen to your soul, listen to what's going on inside you, but also listen to your body. Let's say I plan my day and I was planning to do a workout, but I just feel super tired. Maybe I feel a bit sick. Then I decide to listen to my body and maybe do a stretching instead, or doing something that feels good to me, which can also be chilling and watch Netflix. And that is then motivating me, or that's like a bit of my, my treat of the day. Like I did my work, or I did what I wanted to do, and I'm now doing something that makes me happy and brings me joy. And if my body tells me to rest, I rest and I watch my favorite Netflix show. It is all about balance and making sure that you stay on track with your goals and your visualization, like what would your future you do, but also to listen to your body and what your body needs right now, or what your soul needs right now. Because if you burn yourself out, you're not gonna get the life you dream of, because you're not gonna work anymore, like you're burnt out. So make sure you look after yourself and make sure that you make time for your soul and for your body. Which leads to tip number 3, listen to your, tip number 5, what is it with the numbers today? Which leads to tip number 5, listen to your intuition. And if you don't know how to listen to your intuition, it's really important, I just can say it not often enough, to spend time with yourself, to spend time with your thoughts, to figure out what it is that you want, what it is that feels right to you. And all I can say, if you want to learn more about this, my alignment mastery course would be the right thing for you, because this is all about living a life in alignment with yourself. But I want to share some questions you can ask yourself, or do like a mind map to figure out what it is that you want, put yourself in the middle of the mind map and then write down all the things that come into your mind that make you happy. And then write down all the things that you have in your life right now that you're grateful for. And then you can already see like what it is that you love, what it is that makes you happy, what you're grateful for. And then write down on a next paper your future in the middle and all the things you want to attract into your life, what you want more of what you already have in your life. This can help you to figure out what it is like that you desire or what it is that you want to attract into your life, the future you want to live. Tip number 6 is making a priority list. I know that sometimes our to-dos seem endless, and what I like to do is write down a priority list of what is most important. There are so many to-dos, there are so many could-dos, but there are only a few must-dos to bring us further to get done during the day. So really make sure that you prioritize your to-do list. This will help you to stay motivated. You can't do anything if you burn yourself out, and you can't do everything at once. So make sure that you do like a priority list with what you want to get done first. Sometimes it's even the best to do the hard things first. So as I said, my most productive time is in the morning. So my priority list will be doing the hardest part in the morning because that's when my brain works best. So that's definitely a tip of mine, doing a priority list. And I haven't even mentioned yet, but that's like probably the most important thing as well to prioritize time and stay motivated is time blocking. I use Google Calendar for everything. I block everything in my calendar. So as you know, I started my own business, Gel, as social media. So I have social media clients, I manage their social media accounts, and I have everything, like for every client, I have time blocked, but I also have days blocked, like 2 days a week where I work on my business, not in my business. And then I also have a day blocked where I work on all the things that I love doing, like creating content for my personal account, doing my podcast, for example. So it's all about time blocking and making sure that you actually block the time. And this kind of leads to the next point, and that's setting boundaries. I talked about this in one of the last episodes. So the episode is the power of saying no, or saying no to others and yes to yourself, the power of staying true to yourself. If you haven't listened to that one, I highly recommend it because I know a lot of people struggle with setting boundaries. And this is one of my tips. Like if you want to prioritize your time and motivation, sticking to boundaries is so important. So block your times in your calendar and set boundaries for yourself. For example, if you're a business owner, set the boundary when you're answering to emails. You don't have to be available 24/7. We all have social media. That's the thing nowadays. We can be available 24/7, but we don't have to be. Choose not to be. Set boundaries and you will feel so much more balanced and so much more relaxed. So that's it. To sum it all up, firstly, ask yourself, what would my future version do? How would she or he show up? Secondly, a morning routine. Third tip was know when you're most productive during the day. Then there's another tip, plan something to look forward to during your day or during your week. Listen to your body, listen to your intuition, have a priority list, time blocking, and setting boundaries. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Can't wait to hear your feedback, and feel free to share this with someone who needs to hear this today. Also, feel free to send me messages on Instagram if you want to be part of the next episode. If you have any questions and would like me to answer them in my podcast, just share it with me. I think we can all learn from each other or make each other feel less alone, because we all live life for the first time, right? Or if you believe in something else, that's totally fine too. But we can learn so much from each other, and we can have beautiful conversations together. Okay, that's it for now. Talk soon. Bye. Well, that does it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in today. If you like this episode and don't want to miss any new ones, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share it with your friends or on social media. It really means a lot to me. It will help me to create this podcast. You can find me on Instagram, Johanna_Liana. I'm always happy to connect, so flick me a message if you want. Enjoy the rest of your day, and always remember, it's a beautiful day to have a good day. It's a beautiful day to be alive.